Good afternoon, my name is Alex from ECS Motion. For this video, I'm doing another detailed weather forecast update coming away for Australia for Friday, the 20th of December 2024. Happy holidays for New South Wales. Finally, 5 days until Christmas, but not very exciting stuff coming up for parts of North Queensland. We've got a lot of things to talk about today in this weather forecast. Severe, heavy to locally intense rainfall expected across far North Queensland and North Queensland and Central Queensland. Today also severe thunderstorms across far North Queensland as well. Severe thunderstorms across far North WA and the Northern Territory. Extreme temperatures exceeding well into the 45 degrees above average sort of temperatures in Central Australia. Also a detailed weather forecast around Australia as well. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. All support is greatly appreciated. But let's get stuck straight into Queensland. Last night, areas outside of Townsville picked up at least 100 millimeters. Some areas outside of Mackay and near Proserpine picked up well over 150 millimeters. The forecast was suggesting at least 100 millimeters, but they were way off track. There was way more rain than that, up to 100 millimeters just to the south of Proserpine. Extremely intense rain. Also, outside of Townsville, also accumulations close to 150, 120 in some areas. So very wet, but this rain is going to continue, unfortunately, throughout today, which will cause some flooding concerns, especially around the Townsville area. Just taking a look at this forecast, you can see outside of Townsville and Bowen, we're going to see a big rain bomb develop later on this afternoon. You can see 1 p.m. which is what's occurring right now. You just see a whole stack of rain and coastal showers extending from Ravenshoe all the way down to Mackay. A heavy locally intense rain across Mackay and Townsville is occurring right now. And then outside of Charter, showers and rain continuing there as well. We will see an outbreak of thunderstorms occur towards Georgetown, more so central North Queensland and near Croydon, Georgetown. Severe thunderstorms are possible there with heavy locally intense rainfall, but they could be just stock standard normal stuff thunderstorms as well. You can see outside of Townsville, Cardwell, further inland towards the southwest of Cardwell, inland from Mackay near Glendon. You can see just rain will continue throughout this evening into tonight, where we will see a rain bump continue to develop along the whole coast from Mackay all the way up to Townsville, including Bowen, Proserpine, and Airlie Beach. Saturday, you can see tonight, you can see just a whole stack of rain is expected. It's going to be extremely wet. There will be flooding, some river catchments that will reach a minor to moderate flooding, if not major flood warnings in some areas. But it looks like we might see a bit of relief to inland areas tomorrow. It looks like this tropical low will move offshore and the rain will ease off. However, thunderstorms will continue inland from Cairns, Ravenshoe, the Atherton Tablelands, outside of Cardwell, Georgetown, further inland, more so, what is it called? Inland peninsula coast, you can see thunderstorms are expected to continue there with heavy rain. But it looks like outside of Townsville, where we had the giant rain bomb, it doesn't look like that's going to happen tomorrow, which looks like some good news is on the way. On Sunday, we'll see everything basically clear up, except outside of Cairns. Looks like we'll just continue seeing those normal sort of afternoon thunderstorms. Same thing with Monday. Outside of some coasts, you can see just light showers here and there, and thunderstorms more so to the north of Cairns this time. Tuesday, just very cheap, nothing exciting. Wednesday, also quite clear. We might see a few thunderstorms inland from Mooroomba, Claremont, and Glendon here and there, but it doesn't look like too big of a deal. And going to Thursday, just the same thing. There's nothing really exciting. Just taking a look at the rain accumulations for the full 14 days, you can see they will absolutely explode in some areas, especially around outside of Townsville. There'll be bombing rain accumulations well in excess of 500 millimeters, and this is coming from the continuous bands of rain will continue. Seeing a dump over Townsville later tonight. You can see the whole coast from basically Cook down all the way down to Mackay, at least 100 millimeters. Well and truly expected. Outside of Townsville, 500 millimeters. Townsville itself, about 300. Bowen, about 200 millimeters. Right the far coast, Whitsunday Islands picking up about 200 to 400 millimeters. So very heavy rain indeed. And you can see this heavy band of rain moving offshore with the tropical low. So it's going to be very wet there. And this rain, not as much more considered. It will be more so inland as well. There'll still be some good rain accumulations outside of Charters Towers. Most of these areas picking up at least 50 millimeters. In some areas outside of Georgetown, only a few millimeters are possible, but some good drops are definitely possible. It's going to be super wet in some of these areas, especially along the coast. Cardwell about 80 millimeters, Cairns about close to 100 or so. Atherton Tablelands not as much though, 60 or 70 millimeters, but still going to be quite heavy in some areas, and it looks like we'll see a big outbreak of rain. And majority of that will fall tonight. Just taking a look from right now further into this evening, you can just see outside of Townsville that rain will really explode. 300 millimeters in just 350 in fact millimeters in just under a period of 12 hours or so. Looking on the 24-hour sort of mark, you can just see rain accumulations are just going to bomb up outside of Bowen. They're going to explode in some areas really outside of Townsville, 500 millimeters. So it's going to be very, very wet. And flooding concerns will occur around the Townsville sort of area. So it's going to be quite wet. But this rain should ease off by about Sunday or early Saturday morning. And that does it sort of for that forecast there. There's nothing there. Let's move into southeast Queensland and central Queensland. Well, there's really nothing to talk about, honestly, but we'll just talk about because of southeast Queensland lovers. I'd hate to miss out everything for them. Nothing today, nothing tomorrow at all. A few patchy showers here and there further inland towards the southwest of Australia. Southwest Queensland is possible, but nothing severe. Same thing Sunday, completely clear. Nothing. Monday also very clear. A few showers and thunderstorms here and there. Tuesday, absolutely nothing. Wednesday, very clear, but we do have a bit of a thunderstorm outbreak, which is possible late next week or going to Sunday. You can just see thunderstorms. It looks like Sunday nighttime. It looks like this is still for 10 days into the future. It's still a little bit unreliable, but there is a chance we might see a bit of a stormy start to next year. You can see outside of Edisvoid, Bundaberg, Agnes Water, Rockhampton, Moorabra, Ogmore, Dingo. Looks like we will see a bit of a thunderstorm outbreak, a very weak outbreak. But it doesn't look like too big of a deal, really. It looks like Monday we'll see another big outbreak of thunderstorms, to be honest. I think we're going to see a very stormy start to next year, and we might even see some big, powerful thunderstorms we saw 2 months ago, the giant outbreak that occurred with supercells here and there. But it really doesn't look like that's too big of a deal, and you can just see the full 14 days, you can see not much rain at all. Only about 50 or 60 millimeters outside of Maroochydore, and the majority of that rain will fall after the New Year's Eve. If we just take a look from the 30th, Monday the 30th to basically Friday the 3rd, you can see majority of that rain will fall on those days. But if we just take a look on any other days, it's really not much expected except for Sunday. Sundays, remember we talked about that thunderstorm outbreak we were expecting, and that will bring some decent rain accumulations in some areas. So definitely going to see some storms, but nothing to really worry about at all, nothing to think about. So don't even be stressed about thunderstorms there. It's still very far out in the future, but there is a chance we might see a big, powerful outbreak of severe thunderstorms to the start of next year. We do have a tropical low just spinning near West Island. We'll talk about that a little bit later, which might become a cyclone, but we'll just talk about far Northern Territory and WA. They have the most interest, and we might include a bit of Broome as well. So just taking a look at the forecasts today, we will see another outbreak of thunderstorms near Darwin, Jabiru, Catherine. You can see the Northern Territory. We'll see thunderstorms here and there, potentially severe with damaging winds. Going to Saturday, we see another outbreak just to the south of Darwin. Happy holidays as well for majority of Australia, I'm pretty sure, and nobody would probably be at school. I think the whole of Australia right now is in holidays. But you can see severe thunderstorms are possible on Saturday. Looks like outside just to the southeast, in fact to the east of Jabiru. You can see far north WA, you can see severe thunderstorms are possible. In fact, there's nothing exciting for Broome. And let's get a bit more detail. We'll see another outbreak on Sunday. Very weak outbreak though outside of Darwin. Looks like we might see thunderstorms outside of Daly River, Whitey, Jabiru, But yeah, doesn't look like they're gonna be severe. It's just gonna be some stock standard thunderstorm stuff. There's nothing to worry about really. Monday is gonna be an exciting day for northern WA. You can see outside of Derby, south of Kalamburu, you can just see a big line of storms. Looks like we might see a bit of school line develop as well. Going to Tuesday, we might see a bit of an outbreak of thunderstorms as well in WA again. At this time, close to Broome and Derby, but there's nothing too exciting in the Northern Territory. And then after that, there's just light thunderstorms and normal tropical sort of stuff. And just taking a look at the rain accumulations, yes, there will be some very healthy accumulations outside of Daly River. Some flooding is possible, but I don't think it's going to happen because those rain accumulations will be like 20 millimeters each from thunderstorms, and they will occur just every day, so there's no flooding concerns. But yeah, around this blue you see right here, the dark green is 100 millimeters. You can see along the whole coast from Darwin down to Bulla, basically at least 100 to 200 millimeters are possible. So quite wet, quite tropical, quite normal for this time of year. And looking out of Kalamburu, you can see 200, 220 millimeters are possible. Again, normal stuff for this time of year. Looks like a bit of a Pilbara Coast wet sort of start to next year as well. But there's nothing really to talk about after thunderstorms. The majority of the exciting weather is only occurring in the northern half of the nation. But now let's talk about I'm not going to talk about temperature, guys. It's useless because every day you'll just be this. Look, every single day from now on to the new year, you'll just see this is all you're going to see. Hot temperatures extending across Australia. I don't even want to talk about it, okay? I want this video to be shorter because filling up my GB. Anyway, let's first talk about the Western Australia Indian Ocean tropical low. The Bureau of Meteorology hasn't found it, hasn't actually like showed anything for it, but it does look like we have a tropical low spinning right now just to the east of West Island. It is getting close. It is near Christmas Island, sort of. It's not expected to intensify, but it looks like it'll stay only in one spot. And those strong southerly winds will be breaking the system apart, so there's nothing to worry about. However, I wouldn't be like concerned about the system, but I'd just keep a close eye on it because it has developed in it. There is a chance it might give some gusty winds to West Island later next week, and you can see there it has a chance of strengthening. Looks like on Wednesday there is a chance some gale force winds on the southern flank, but after that looks like it's just going to move further offshore and doesn't look like a big threat to Australia. However, it will be a threat to Madagascar and these areas. I can guarantee to you the system could become the second powerful tropical cyclone that will hit. And in fact, just taking a look at the wind gust, this looks like a category 5 tropical cyclone. You can just see 226 kilometer an hour wind gusts. In fact, I think I might actually change up my color scale, because if you just take a look at this, look at that, 230. There is a chance, I'm just saying, guys, there is a chance the system might become a category 6. I know that sounds super extreme of me, but there is in Australian scale that would be category 5, a super powerful system. This tropical low will develop as a tropical low here and then become a powerful cyclone. Looks like on Tuesday, late next week, on the 31st, after the New Year's Eve. Looks like we might see a powerful category 5, if not a category 6 tropical cyclone. Looks like we'll see a powerful system develop there, and a very small compact system. It looks like we'll see one of the dangerous, most strongest cyclones. And I don't really feel like it's going to impact any communities for now, but if you live in Port Mathurin, I'd keep a close eye on this system, because it does look like we're going to see a powerful tropical cyclone. Rarely do we see this type of stuff. And looking at the wind gusts, well in excess of 170 kilometers an hour in some areas. Very strong winds. Very, very powerful cyclone, at least category 5, maybe even category 6. And we were expecting another powerful outbreak, except for Cheetah, which crossed a few days ago near Pemba. We were expecting a big cyclone to develop again, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen, since the other system is going to just rip it apart. But yeah, Madagascar, you should be keeping a close eye on this system. Looks like a category 5 cyclone is going to develop somewhere in the Indian Ocean. But yeah, looks like a certainly strong system. But doesn't look like any threat is gonna happen to Australia, but this will move down there and will become powerful probably. I'm just taking a look at what we're expecting from Tuesday onwards. It looks like we'll see another tropical low. Oh no, that's the same one. Let's go into Saturday. Looks like we'll see another tropical low spin up. Looks like we might get some interest on the New Year's next year. You can see it just to the east of West Island, exactly the same area where the other tropical low developed. It doesn't have any chance of strengthening. It looks like it will just remain weak. But yeah, it looks like we might see another weak tropical low develop in those waters. So, but there's nothing to stress about at all. And now let's talk about the main tropical low here, which is going to strengthen in the next few days. However, next few hours actually, but it will rapidly decay. Going to Saturday, you can see wind speeds will really pick up tomorrow, especially on the Whitsundays. You can see 60 to 70 kilometers an hour wind gusts are possible. The southern flank of the system will reach at least 80 kilometers an hour in some areas. It does have a chance of substantially gale force winds, but it's not really a high chance. You can see only about 73 towards 80 kilometers an hour, which isn't too strong. But just keep considering this, it looks like it might be, it will pack a punch of rain. But in terms of any like cyclone threats to any land at all in the world, it doesn't look like it's gonna be a big deal. Even Calendar or whatever that place is called, there, it doesn't look like they're gonna get anything at all. So nothing to stress about, nothing to worry about. Looks like no tropical lows, no tropical cyclones in the Coral Sea are expected at all. So we'll keep a close eye on this system. We'll see a spin up later on. We've got a bunch of systems expect to spin, one that's NYC. But we'll talk about that in a future forecast. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. All support is really greatly appreciated. I thank you so much for watching this video. And I'll see you all in the next detailed weather forecast video. Hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.